Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 77 of the Building and Public series. Today is Sunday, and what we're going to do today is we're going to carry on some of the design work from yesterday. Now, to be fair, today hasn't really gone exactly to plan because we had an initial idea of going through the homepage last night, finishing it off, and then showcasing you some more stuff today. But that wasn't the case, unfortunately. There's been a problem with the staging site that I think has now been fixed. Basically, we couldn't load all the images up from like a product perspective and stuff. So what we've done now instead is we're gonna finish off the design today, the homepage design today, and hopefully with a few hours left of the day, we're gonna actually get on the design work of the other website that we had planned. So yeah, anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get started, and I'll see you in a minute for the voiceover. Cheers, bye for now. Hello, everyone. Yeah, back again today for episode 77. And what you're going to see today in this episode is us finishing off the design process. But before I crack on, I want to talk about the issue that we had yesterday. So you can see here the workaround that I've got currently for these images and how they work, right? Basically, it's a problem with Elementor. It's a problem with how images are loaded. I do eventually get around to fixing it, but I don't think it's in this recording. Basically, it's a problem with the way the media library loads, right? But obviously, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get too much into it. But essentially, the problem and the reason we've kind of gone back a little bit in terms of the workload and why we're working on this now is because of this issue. But anyway, essentially, what we're doing in today's video, guys, nice and simple, is we're finishing off the homepage design to the best of our ability at the moment. We do get to a bit of a snag near the end of the video, and basically, we're in a bit of a dilemma at the moment with how we're going to display products. I'm going to have a think about that, and I'm going to try and figure that out. Basically, I need to figure out whether or not a table is the way to go, or if we do it basically like product by product, if that makes sense. Essentially, right now, the way Adept works is it has a table of products, and you can see everything on those table of products. But obviously, the way this design is currently laid out, I don't know if a table will best suit it. But yeah, obviously we'll figure that out. But for now, to be honest, the session went okay. It did take us some time to get around to it. I think the session overall is about an hour, 2 hours maybe. And we got round to sorting things out. We got round to, sorting the design out. The main thing we didn't sort out was the table side of stuff, but that's not a problem because to be honest, that's the bigger part of the design work, sorting the table side out. Because that's gonna be a major part of the site. It's gonna be a major part of how users navigate it and everything. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, guys, going back to today, Sunday, obviously, it's one of those. When it comes to sort of working on weekends and everything, we try to treat it exactly like any other day of the week. But today we kind of started a little bit later. We've done a lot more sort of personal stuff today. I've taken my dog for a walk, what, 2 or 3 times today. I don't usually do that, but obviously it's more of a creative process, trying to get to the you know get to the mental thing of like, right, okay, let's crack on, let's keep working. You know what I mean? And yeah, to be fair, took a bit of a break, but we're back. We managed to sort it out today, get things going, which is good. It just means though that we need to sort of re-strategize a little bit for the week ahead. So our plan this week is Monday. We're gonna have a discussion about the this current website. We're gonna figure out, okay, what the plans are and everything like that. And then basically Monday afternoon, Tuesday, something like that, we're gonna jump on that redesign. We're gonna get that going. And then basically there's some admin stuff that we've got to take care of because we do have an SEO client that we're trying to onboard, if that makes sense. So I believe the deal is sorted, but we're trying to onboard them by basically giving them an idea of keywords they want to go after and everything like that. Now, I don't think I'm going to showcase that side of the process just because obviously it is a very secretive process. I don't want to give away everything that I do when it comes to like keyword research and everything like that, because otherwise everyone would be an SEO, right? But yeah, pretty much what you're seeing here now for the rest of the video is going through little tiny bits, one by one of the design. And you may see this slowly. I'm not too sure if you do, but if you do, honestly, the way you've designed things, the way it's been so done bit by bit is awesome. Obviously, the only issue we're having right now with this design, or I'm having right now, is the table side of it, but we'll fix that soon. That's not a problem. And yeah, honestly, the second round of design work, to be fair, we did start it a little bit later, as you can see, but I think we got it down. We nailed it, especially on desktop. It looks $1 million on desktop, and I think there's a few parts that we might need to look at with this build going forward. One thing that I think we need to look at is the blog side of things, is figuring out, okay, how is that going to be designed? But that's fine, that's either here or there. And then the next part then will be things like the help and advice section and everything like that. But to be honest, this staging site is starting to take shape, considering, we've spent give or take, probably about a full day on it, right? If we were to, put it in terms of hours and everything, it's getting there, right? It's definitely getting there. And the next part, like I said, of this process now is to sort out the table side of it, is to sort out the interactive side of it. But yeah, it's all going well. To finish off the month with this, I think is a good thing. And yeah, pretty much our plan, like I said, next week is we're going to try and get a meeting about this now, go through everything bit by bit, and then just work on other stuff for now. You know what I mean? Just to take things along, get things going, because as it stands right now, we currently have, I think, I think it's 33 days when I checked our little board this morning. You know what I mean? So, realistically speaking, in terms of content, in terms of work, we probably have about another 20 days or so left in terms of work right now, which is exciting, scary as well. But we're gonna get it done. We're gonna make sure there's things in place so that when I'm away, nothing pretty much changes, nothing slows down. I'm gonna see what my approach is gonna be to the content side of things. Um, because I've been thinking about that recently as well. Like I'm not trying to make this series for like about my daily life or anything. I'm trying to make it strictly about the work side of it. And what I'm thinking is that I might just take that break off and then basically just just figure that out from there. Obviously, we'll see what happens. If I can record a few in advance, then I'll do that. But honestly, I think after the whole thing with the wedding and stuff, I may just take that break. And I think you know what I mean. That's not a problem. It's good to take breaks. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, to be fair, by the time the wedding rolls around, we'll be probably 100 episodes deep by then. So 100 days with no days off is pretty good. I think pretty commendable. But yeah, guys, what you'll see now, if I just scroll through this part of it, you can see here that I'm trying to understand I'm trying to understand how the layout is going to be, how the table is going to be. Now, from my understanding, right, if I just go back a little bit to this table, where is it? Here. Right. So my idea with this table, what I'm trying to figure out is, okay, what I'll do, let me move myself over here. Now, what I'm trying to figure out with this table is whether or not it's better for me to do it as a element or container, or whether it's better to do it as a table, right? Because when you look at this as a whole, I don't think I can zoom in from here. No, I can't. But basically, what you'll notice, right, is that we have a filter option here. We have filters here as well, or categories here, and then we have a sort by, and then we have like tags, and then basically showing the number and then the products. Now, this side of the design isn't really a problem because we can basically make something called a loop item, and then basically we can make one product in that loop item and duplicate it for the rest of them, right? It's not a problem. It's quite easy to do. And yeah, mainly, and this is the scenario when it comes to website design and stuff. It's not so much this that's the problem that takes the longest. It might literally be this little section here. What I'll do actually, let me see if I can showcase it a bit better for you. So if I just do a loom like that, perfect, and then I should be able to showcase the what I'm trying to do. I do apologize, it's a bit on the cuff doing this, but it should help. Give me a second. Let me just make sure it's recording. Ooh, am I back? I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Let me just make sure this is working. Oh, OBS having a funny 5 minutes. Oh no. Okay, cool. OBS is back. Yeah, I think. Sorry about that, guys. It's a bit DIY. Basically, what I wanted to get to, right? I think this should work. Is now the main issue is the filtering, it's the category side, and it's the sort by. It's not so much the showing numbers, but it's those mainly, right? And the reason for that is because we need to make sure it's dynamic. We need to make sure that it does what it says and it's just it, you know what I mean? It literally makes the process so seamless that there's like not really a problem when it comes to that process. Because the problem with this, and again, this is from like a design perspective as well, what you have to really understand is that if you have problems navigating the design and everything like that, your customers are going to have that as well, right? And this is the process. And you can see what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to see if there's a way to design it. You can see there's a lot of background stuff that you've got to do. You've got to make sure product is sorted. You've got to make sure there's rules in place and everything like that. So what I've done in this scenario to speed up the process, instead of me sort of sitting there and going back and forth trying to make a design. What I've done is I've reached out to the developer of this plugin and I've asked him if the design that we're looking for is possible. And I think that is one of the easiest things to do at the moment, just because it saves time, right? Instead of me sitting here for hours trying to figure it out, I may as well go to the original, owner of the plugin and figure out if something like this is possible first. So I'm hoping to get a reply tomorrow, Tuesday, and then we can start pushing things a bit, forward a bit more. But yeah, pretty much, guys. There's not much else to report for that session today. You can see, obviously, we're trying to go through the plugin. We're trying to figure this side of it out, but I do believe we end up sort of stopping here, and then we just figure out and we finalize the mobile side of things. If I just scroll through, yeah, you can see here it's just going through the mobile side of things, making sure that this is nailed out properly and everything. And yeah, honestly, guys, for a Sunday session, there's not much else to report at the moment. I do apologize about the way things have been edited slightly, but yeah, hopefully you guys understand where we're at the moment, what we're currently sort of looking to do, and essentially what the plans are for Monday going forward. So, yeah, guys, anyway, I appreciate your time, and I'll see you tomorrow for episode 78.